right, so I want to talk to you a little bit what your assignment is today. Uh, your assignment is basically what you did last week, taking the video that you watched, which you guys watched Presto, and filling in the story elements chart. So I know what you feel like you're doing the same thing, which you kind of are. But I want you to use the information that you put on your 3.1 assignment from last week, but I also want you to take in consideration what I talked about on page 24 and 25, because I made some good like ideas from that on the video that we did earlier. So make sure you just take a look and use page 24 and 25 to help you. And then I am also going to go over the video with you. So I'm going to play it for you and just kind of talk through it. Maybe I may pause every once in a while. I may skip through it a little bit, but I'm going to kind of direct you to how you fill in a story elements chart. Okay. Some of you did a really nice job. Something that I noticed when I was looking at them, a lot of the resolution of the conflict, following action, and resolution of the story, they were not necessarily in the right order, or maybe they were the same, that kind of thing. So I'm going to kind of talk you through it and walk you through all the things that you need to do. If you need to pause at any point, make sure you pause. That's fine. I also want you to kind of take note on what my area looks like. So I have the assignment pulled up. So that way, if I notice something or if I see something, I can just pause the video and I can go in and just type it in. So if I'm like, oh yeah, that's the conflict, you can just go in and type that in, okay? I also have the video pulled up because that's obviously what we need to be looking at to help us fill in the story elements chart, not just going off of memory, like actually going back and looking at what happened. And then I also have my notebook out in front of me because I'm going to use page 24 and kind of reference it. And then I also have page 25 as additional reference if I need that, okay? All right, so again, you can pause at any point. You can use your assignment 3.1 to help you, but then also using the lesson that I did earlier in this, in 3.2, which this is this assignment, and then also just kind of going through this video with me. So again, I'm going to play this, I'm going to talk over it, I'm going to pause it, I'm going to skip through. But again, if I'm going too fast, pause, and you can feel free to type in your own information in your assignment. Okay? All right, so here we go. All right, so this beginning part is really just that exposition. It's telling us who the characters are, where this is taking place. So we know that there is obviously a bunny, and they're getting ready to do a show because here comes the magician. All right, so we have the magician, we have the bunny, the two people, there's going to be a show, that kind of thing. That's your exposition, okay? And then from here on out, you kind of already know what the conflict is because we've kind of seen it. But essentially, we know that the bunny is right here. He has this conflict happening, okay? Something else you could also see is that maybe as this keeps going on, you could even think that the magician possibly has conflict too. It just depends on what you think you want to end up saying, because this is when the conflict for the magician happens. So either one is fine. You just have to make sure that your conflict and your resolution of the conflict connect. Okay? All right. So depending on which conflict you are dealing with, and I'm going to zoom in on page 24. It's completely up to you. There's multiple conflicts here, I feel like. You can choose which one works best for you. All right? So the conflict right here has kind of a format here for you. So blank wants or doesn't want blank, but blank. So essentially, you're going to choose the character. So in this particular story, you can say the rabbit or you can say the magician. Wants or doesn't want blank, but what's in the way? Okay, so you're going to use that format to create what that conflict is, to show what the problem is in there, and you're just going to type that right here. So you're going to delete this and say the rabbit wants blank, but blank's in the way, or the magician wants blank, but blank's in the way. Okay, so whatever that conflict is, that's fine. You choose whatever conflict you think works best for you. Okay, after the conflict, we get the rising action. There's quite a bit of rising action in this particular video. Again, the rising action takes the majority of the story. So I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit. So we're seeing that he's really wanting to happen. This egg, that's kind of funny. Hit with an egg. Oh, this one's a good one. Yep. Okay. So any of these things that are happening right now are events that are happening before the problem is solved. So any of these things is right in there, and I only want two of them. There's quite a few. Okay. All right. And then we're going to keep going. All the things are raising action, raising action. Okay. And we end this. Give me a second. Forget all of this raising action. Essentially, kind of getting to the point where it's depending on what you chose. Right. So in this particular report here, depending on what you ended up choosing, you could then now write the resolution of the conflict. So again, keep in mind that your conflict and your resolution of the conflict should be the same. So whatever conflict you chose here, magician or rabbit wanted blank, but blank was in the way. You want to put up here that, well, did that particular character get what they wanted? And how did that happen? Okay, just the little thing, like the small little thing, like what was the thing that made it happen? Don't use all the rising action, only the small thing that made it happen, okay? And then after that, it basically gets into the following action. Is everyone okay? All is well? Happening? Yes, everyone's great. And then this is the very end. So the following action and the resolution of the story happen very quickly. So you're going to have to maybe rewatch it, kind of look at it. But their following action and the resolution of the story should not be the same. Okay. And again, I know the resolution of the conflict, following action, and resolution of the story in this particular video kind of happens really, really quickly. So you don't have to be like super detailed about everything, but you can pick, oh, this is the following action, and this part is the resolution of the story. Okay. All right. So again, if you need to rewatch this, fine. If you need to look at your notebook on page 24 and 25 to help you, that is fine too. You can also use your 3.1 assignment to see what you can choose or use from it that already kind of meets your standards. And then you can fill the rest of this out. Again, I do want you to know that I am going to grade this a little bit harder than I did last time, just because I've kind of gone over some things with you and talked through some points. All right. Okay, good luck.